Pastor, meron kayong mga ganyan din mga activities sa church ninyo? Say you are confronted with a sick member who cannot afford to have the right medication, or who remains to be, sabihin na natin, parang kawawa. No? Meron ba kayong mga ganyan na encounter?
Actually, basically, yung ganyan amin, we are just, yung ganyang system namin, I mean, yung the way that the church is helping the poor, the sick. Usually, by this time, we are just limited into the membership. For example, yan yung isa nagiging, and I'm quite proud about it, that pag meron kami mga members, kasi kung nakita nyo, Doc, meron din kami affluent. So, basically, majority of the members came from the middle class and then yung lower parts ng sabi natin ng economically. Just like nung 2 weeks before, or 1 week, as we are having anniversary, mayroon kaming pasyente na nasa ospital. And the way the week before, ang ginagawa namin, simple lang, we
pray, of
we
course.
pray, yes, visit, and then we have a special offering from the members, and then we send them to the
Well, praying is one thing, no? We know that there is power in prayer,
Yes.
no? And prayer can be a healing tool also, no? Ina-advocate talaga namin yan in our foundation, no? The idea of praying as one form or an alternative approach to healthcare, no?
Actually, that is number one.
Although in most cases, when somebody gets sick, ang una talaga na iisip kaagad is to seek medical attention from a healthcare professional, no? And that is, to me, that is wrong, eh. Dapat pagka, if you feel bad, no, or discomfort in your body, the first person that you should think of is God, no? Because God is our supreme, parang the greatest physician, di ba?
And He's the one who made that body.
Exactly. So, sana mapaabot natin sa ating mga televiewers na kung tayo magkasakit, no? Of course, we may end up going to a doctor. And that will become expensive somehow, no? Pero if you only recognize na ang una dapat natin lapitan is our God, no? The healing power of God, no? Tawag dito, especially we have to accept na pag nagkasakit tayo and then we seek the, yung mainstream medical approach, very expensive, no? Especially sa isang mahirap, no, na very limited yung resources. Kaya kami, Pastor, we always advocate for prevention, no? We do a lot of training and educational activities. In fact, that we make use of the television also to educate the viewers about how to prevent illnesses and how to understand a certain disease, how to manage disease, and of course we combine the mainstream approach with the alternative medicine. Now we are promoting the use of our own herbs and some practices like massage and exercise, proper nutrition, mga ganun ba, no? Or healthy lifestyle in general, no? Dahil we recognize na mas mabuti healthy ka kasi pag nagkasakit ka, mas mahirap na, no? We don't have a very good health insurance plan in this country, no? We don't have a very well-funded healthcare system. So, and of course, studies have shown na yung madasalin, Pastor, ewan ko, you have to tell me if this is right. Sabi niya, sa mga studies kasi, those people who are prayerful, they easily recover faster when they get sick. No, they easily recover faster. Of course, siguro yung madasalin din siguro, Pastor, baka hindi masyado nagkakasakit, no? Meron bang study niyan na pagka if you're prayerful, chances of getting sick is less?
I think that is more on psychological. I don't know, but I heard some studies na most of the sickness right now is more on psychological daw. I don't know if that's
well, definitely, because yung stressors kasi natin sa mundong ito, yan talaga ang nagiging simula kung bakit our blood pressures will go up, no? Yung ating cancer cells will start to grow and multiply, no? Kaya sa amin, Pastor, yung babalik na naman sa alternative medicine, yung idea of relaxation through prayers, no? Pinupush din namin yan, no? Yung to counteract the stress of the daily life, no? Yung stress ng araw-araw na buhay. Ang pinaka-approach niya is learn how to relax, no? And one way to relax is to meditate, no? Meditate and maybe to have an outlet through singing, dancing maybe, or painting, or you know, those things, no? O outlet. Kasi yan ang problema ng society ngayon, yung sobrang dami ng stressors, no?
If I may add, Doc, isa din sa, sabi mo yung misin na nasabi niyo kanina na ito yung mga dasalin, best na nakakasin. I think one of the factors dyan is that, pag ikaw sabi natin, born again Kristiyano ka, nakita ko sabi, hindi ka magbabiases eh. And one of the, di ba, alam naman natin, one of the factors bakit tayo nagkakasakit is biases.
And we have to recognize that our body is the temple of God.
Yeah,
no?
that's true. Yun yung driving force mo na hindi ka gagawa na, hindi ka mag-inom ng wine, hindi ka mag-sigarilyo, hindi ka mag-drugs.
And you don't take the risk of getting diseases like, you know, venereal diseases, no?
That's true.
Alam mo, Pastor, for all you know, no, in my practice here in Davao City, I get to deal with young college students. Siguro nasa 70%, no, sa aking mga naka-interact ng mga college students were already afflicted with sexually transmitted diseases. And then this is an alarming phenomenon when the young people who are afflicted with sexually transmitted diseases, no, pang lalaki, yung lalaki ang tinamaan, definitely yung babae mahahawa, no? But the whole point here, Pastor, is the younger generations now have lost that moral standard, no?
That's true.
They indulge into premarital sex. Ano bang idea niyo diyan, Pastor?
Basically, alam mo, Doc, if we are talking about those things that afflicts us more, that is yung mga sexual sins, etc. I have one, kumbaga meron lang akong reason doon. Bakit ang tao gumagawa ka? Alam natin hindi tama yun eh. Pero bakit natin ginagawa? The reason, the fact na hindi ginagawa na tayo hindi tama, because meron siyang kasalanan. I think hindi tama yung kanyang relationship sa Panginoon. Sabi ng kanina, nabanggit ko off the air, sinabi ng Bible, in Jeremiah, that the heart of man is deceitful above all things. So ganyan tayo, we are created as a sinful man. We are created na mali ang ating ginagawa. Now, in order for us na mapatama yung ating direction sa buhay, kinakailangan magkaroon tayo ng personal relationship sa Panginoon.
Yan ang medyo nagkukulang sa panahon ko.
So, basically, I think kung bakit maraming tao, maraming mga kabataan na nai-indulge, they are not in the right relationship with the Lord.
And siguro yun talagang basic premise na to think that our body is the temple of God and we have to take care of it, protect it, don't infect it, no? Huwag mong sirain yung temple of God, no? The moment you do premarital sex or extramarital sex, no, you're already taking the risk of being infected, no? Worst scenario is when you are infected with HIV or AIDS, no? Na walang promise of cure, no? So, or hepatitis B, na ang dami na akong na-encounter na kabataan who are infected with hepatitis B, and sometimes they would ask me kung how did they get the hepatitis B. Sabi ko, well, contamination. Usually for hepatitis B, it is transmitted through the blood or other body fluids, no? So sex can be a route of transmission, no, of hepatitis B. So